All right, we are live. Awesome. So, hey, welcome everyone. I have a very special guest joining us today. One of the members in the Fit Body program, Anthony, who Bianchi, is it Bianchi or Bianchi?
Bianchi.
Bianchi,
Yeah.
who lost just about 20 pounds, just under 20 pounds in less than 90 days. And he's going to share his experience so far. So, dude, Anthony, first of all, I appreciate you making the time and joining us here today. How are we doing today, bro?
Oh, we're doing good, man. Just got out of work, so about to go to the gym actually in a little bit after this, but I'm doing good, man. Feel good, a lot of energy, so that's really it, man.
Awesome. Good stuff, dude. And just to give everyone a bit of context, why don't you share with them a bit more about who you are and what your background is in regards to
So
like what you do?
I'm a phys ed teacher at in a public school. I also coach high school football, JV football. Uh, that's really it right now. I just started working. It's my first year working, so
That's what's up, dude.
yeah.
And where were you at before in regards to weight wise? And what's the result that we've gotten up until this point? Because it's one thing to hear that from me, and it's another thing to actually hear that from you in regards to like your actual results so far.
Yeah, so before I started, I was probably pushing like 240, 245 about, and I tried a bunch of these little workouts, even the keto diet a little bit. It got me down, but then I went up again. So, but now that I'm working with you guys, I've been like increasingly going down and staying at that weight, and honestly, I feel good. I feel like a lot of energy, like I said before, and everything's been going solid for now. Like I'm grateful for this opportunity.
That's what's up, dude.
Yeah.
And kind of, how did you hear about us? Because I think you saw another post. Obviously, we're both alumni at Severian,
Yeah.
but just I'd love to hear how you kind of
So
came to the program.
I heard from some of my Savarian friends, Salton area, Kevin McCormack. I worked with them as well. I worked at Savarian for a few years, and I'm coaching there still, so I'm still close with them. So I heard about from them. I see their Instagram posts and stuff like that, and I reached out to you, and that's how we got it all started.
Yeah. And what have you tried in the past that maybe didn't stick and work? And what would you say has been different about this program?
So like I said, I did the keto diet, and it only worked for a few like months and stuff like that. But once I started eating back the carbs, it would just gain, the weight would just go right back on, and I would just lose interest, or I'm sort of lazy, so to begin with. So I'm not gonna lie about that, but so that was where I was at, like just the keto diet. It was working, and then as soon as you stop, it just went downhill from there.
Yeah. And what would you say has been different about this program than anything you've tried before, like in the past?
Yeah, so this program is definitely different for me. Like I feel like I have more of a schedule, and like the constant keeping up with, like, you and Rachel. You guys are definitely keeping up with me every week, every whatever. You guys are always like keeping in touch, which is good. So I need that little motivation in my life. Definitely the scheduling, the constantly putting your food in the log and everything like that. That definitely helps me like get more on pace with my workouts and my eating habits and stuff like that. So
Gotcha.
that definitely helped me a lot.
Yeah. And you mentioned more than once that, dude, like you're feeling better, energy is higher. How
100%.
were you feeling before?
Yeah, so I wasn't in the, I guess I would say it was very the lazy, like I said, like I wasn't motivated. I had no one to like push me to tell me like, oh, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing right? So that was where I was at before, and now I'm looking pretty good. I'm feeling pretty good. So
Yeah. And what has this like new energy kind of provided for you?
uh definitely like even like in like my personal life, like better like relationship with my family, and like just more like happy, I guess, more vocal, more just, and even like just being more consistent with my workouts and stuff like that. I was never really consistent with the workouts. I would always just like do whatever I wanted, but now like I have a plan, and I try to stick with that plan every day, every week.
Yeah. And you mentioned family. I feel like one of the things that you was like an area of concern was you come from an Italian family.
Mhm.
So you guys are literally having parties every other week.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
could you talk a bit how you navigated through that and still stayed on track with the program?
Yeah, so it is hard, like I said, like you said, a lot of family parties, a lot of pasta in the family. Italians like love pasta. So
It's like your blood. It has like
yeah.
pasta.
So like on Sundays, usually we have pasta. I'll have a tiny portion. I don't go crazy. I don't have the second dish I used to have. Just limiting myself and like not like going overboard with the carbs and going too crazy with that. And even like birthdays, we had cake and stuff like that. I would just stay away from that portion. But I still enjoy myself. I'm not limiting myself too much. I'm not like, oh, I can't have this, I can't have that. But I eat what I want, but in moderation.
Yeah, absolutely. And what would you say has been like your favorite part about the program so far?
My favorite part is the every week we do the photos and
Yeah.
just seeing the from when I started till now. It's just crazy. Like I looked at it for the first time recently, and it was just a total like I was so amazed. Like I was
Yeah.
crazy. I don't look at it all the time. Just I looked at it for the first time maybe 2 weeks ago, and the difference it makes in like a few months.
Yeah, dude. You know what's always a good sign is when I have somebody else send me like a before and after. Like,
Yeah,
do you remember that? Like when you saw your
yeah,
progress photos, you sent me a before and after.
yeah.
I
Because
was like,
I
okay, that's what's up, dude. I always when I ask that question, like, what's your favorite part about the program? I always feel like fucking Dora the Explorer. Like, what's your favorite part? But
yeah,
no, that's 100%, dude. I feel like photos make like they say, pictures speak 1,000 words.
yeah,
You can't always see it on the scale, but dude, your photos speak for themselves. Like
yeah,
you've built muscle, you've dropped a ton of fat, you've definitely lost more than 20 pounds of body fat.
yeah. I hope so, man.
Yeah,
No, yeah, yeah. Like you said, like every day, like I look at myself, I'm like, all right, did I lose any weight? And then when the pictures, you can tell, like it's definitely shows in the pictures.
yeah, absolutely, bro. And what would you say kind of obviously you're working with Coach Rachel, you're not working with me directly. You still have obviously access to me, we still chat, but how would you kind of maybe could you share a bit of that experience, how that's been so far as well?
Yeah, so Rachel's been awesome. Honestly, everything. If I have a question, she's always there. Like, I'll text her. She answers back right away within like the few minutes or an hour or so. But like, she's always there. She always reminds me on Friday mornings. I believe she texts me through the app. She makes me sure that like I post my picture. I log my food and everything. So she's always on top of it. It gives me a little bit of a heads up every week.
Right. And so obviously, bro, you've achieved an incredible result. You're feeling better, energy is higher, just
Definitely.
everything's in a good direction. What would you say almost stopped you from making this investment and really taking the leap?
Definitely like just putting in the work. Like it's you can't just sit there and just do nothing. You have to put the work in. So, like I said before, I I'm not saying I'm not lazy. I am lazy. I am sort of lazy, but just putting in that work. You just got to do it. It's if you want to change, you have to put in the work to change.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speak to that a bit. What would you say to somebody, maybe even a prior version of yourself, that felt like, you know what, I'm not sure if I could put in the work with everything I have going on? What would you say to somebody that's maybe a bit on the fence about not even investing into this program, but just making a leap and bettering themselves in some way?
I feel like if you want to change, you have to put that work in, and you always have time. Like you could work out in 20 minutes, you could work out for 10 minutes. As long as you put in that work for that, like you're making a difference. Like you don't have to if you just sit down and do nothing, it's not going to help. But like I'm pretty busy. I'm always working. I'm always doing something with family members and friends. So just that 45 minutes a day or whatever, it works. It's not a lot of time, so you could use that time. You have that time. A lot of people make excuses like I'm too busy, whatever, but you always can find that time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's something I've noticed with other members that have been successful as well is there's almost this like consistency factor where you're snowballing things in a positive way you're not trying to do a billion things all at once, go like crazy intense, but it's like it's almost manageable with your lifestyle, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what would you say? Obviously, you've had health benefits from losing weight, losing body fat, building muscle. What would you say the biggest non-weight loss benefits been so far of getting down into the lower 200s, but also building this routine and lifestyle shift?
I definitely think like clothing wise, like I had a bunch of shirts that
Yeah.
like were like kind of snug on me, you know.
Yeah.
Now like I was like, I gotta do some cleaning. I gotta clean my closets out. And now like I try them on now and they fit pretty good. So I guess like clothing wise and like stuff like that, that definitely helped me a lot, you know.
Yeah. You were mentioning how like you were going up to like 1X and 2X, and you're like, fuck, like
Yeah,
I need
like
to do something now.
I was usually like a 2X, like a XL, you
Yeah.
know, and then like I started getting 2X, and then the 2Xs were fitting me like a little snug. I was like, oh, this is no good, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm back at 1X. I still have a few 2X shirts that are a little big on me, like, but I'm hopefully I'll throw them out soon, and
Right.
XL I'll wear, you know.
Absolutely, bro. And yo, speaking of that, like you mentioned how you wanted to kind of get a control and handle of this now so that as you got older, you recognize that it just might spiral even more out of control. Obviously, like you're a younger guy than most of the people that we work with. Why
Mhm.
did you feel like you needed a coach in your corner? Why not just try it on your own?
I feel like because if I don't do this now, I feel like if I just stay the way I was, I would never change. So I figured if I start now, start young, maybe I'll get into the routine and keep it as I get older and older. You know, like I said, I'm a phys ed teacher. I'm a coach, so I try to look. You can't like be coaching and doing all this stuff and look out of shape, you know. So
Yeah.
you gotta be in shape, you gotta be fit, and just to set an example for like the kids I teach and the kids I coach.
And I'd love to hear more about that. Like, have you seen almost a correlation or this one area leaking into that area in regards to like benefits? And if
Uh,
so, like, could you maybe talk a bit about that as well?
yeah, definitely. So like even coaching wise and like teaching wise, like it's like when we do drills with the kids, like I would just sit there on the sideline, but now I'm like I figure I have more energy. I'm working out with these kids. I'm lifting with them sometimes. I'm running with them sometimes. I'm doing the drills with them sometimes. So just in that aspect, like before I wasn't really doing that. I was just sitting on the sidelines. I was just helping out that way. But now I'm actually showing them what to do. Because I feel like I have more energy that way, you know.
Well, think about the impact that has, right? Like, you know, obviously you're getting into good shape, but now you're impacting these kids. Like you're much more, it sounds like, active in their life. And I would imagine that's having a greater impact on them too.
Yeah, 100%. I
That's
definitely
pretty
think
fucking
like
cool.
yeah, if they have to do push-ups, I'll try to do it with them, you know.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I guess that's like even motivating for them
Yeah.
as well. Cool. And what would you, as just final thoughts, what would you say to just anyone, just wisdom, if you want to share, or just final words to maybe give somebody a golden nugget or just help them out in some sort of a way?
Some words of wisdom. I would just say you don't have to like everyone goes through this. I feel like in some way of their life, like some time in their life, someone goes through this, like losing weight, gaining weight. Don't be like afraid to like go after it. Just if you have a good mentor and good coach, you could do anything, you know. Just make sure you stay on top of your goal, reach your goal, and just keep on moving forward, keep on fighting through everything, you know. That's
Dude, I love that. I actually have a follow up question to that, which is what would you say is the biggest struggle you had to overcome in achieving this goal?
I would just say just getting to the gym. Like COVID definitely like messed me up a little bit with like gym wise. I had a membership at the gym, and then I tried working out at home. It wasn't the same, like because in my garage, like you could just go inside, you know. Like once you're at the gym, you have to stay there, you know. Like that's how I felt. Like just when you're home doing the workout and like you could just go back inside.
I saw this like meme. It's like doing an at-home workout, and like at the end of the meme, it's like a guy's like fucking sleeping on a pillow.
Yeah. So that was really a struggle for me. Like just getting to the gym. Like once I'm at the gym, I feel like, all right, I'm here. I took the time to actually get in my car, drive there, whatever. So once I'm there, I'm good. But just getting there was a big problem, you know.
Yo, it reminds me of like this concept called habit stacking. It's like you wake up in the morning. All right, I might as well make my bed. All right, I made my bed. I might as well brush my teeth. I might as well take a shower. Same thing. Right? I'm here at the gym. I might as well fucking work out. Like,
definitely.
Yeah. And so I actually have another follow-up question to that. That slipped my mind, but it might come back to me. I was going to ask in regards to getting to the gym, at-home workout. The wheels are spinning. It'll come back to me. It's going to come back to me. I'm confident. So I was going to ask in regards to at-home workout. Oh, the accountability, right? So obviously this is an online program and there's no in-person element to it. In regards to, I'm not with you. I'm not on Zoom with you. We're not there. Can you talk a bit about the accountability and how that, even though there was nothing in person, you were still motivated to get to the gym and do your workout and stay on top of everything?
Yeah. So like you have to log everything in. So like if you miss it, Rachel or you or whoever are gonna reach back out to you and say, "Oh, is something wrong? Did you miss, like, did something up?" So I feel like you have to get that done. You know, you have to on those days that you're supposed to work out, you should be doing it and staying accountable for that. You know, so I definitely like that schedule that we have. I like having that schedule because it keeps me motivated, keeps me on top of my task, and just having that what's the word, that like motivation in my life with like Rachel and you, just having that constant reminder of reaching that goal, it definitely helped me out a lot, man.
That's awesome, bro. Yo, Anthony, I appreciate again your time. Like you said, you are a busy man. We actually ended up starting this a bit later than planned, but dude, I appreciate you being here and sharing a bit more. But yeah, I hope everyone found some value from this. If you did, there are a couple of ways that you can help. One is you can like or heart this video. That way more people can see it as well. And then two is you can share this with just one other person that you believe would also find it helpful. So thanks again for watching. Anthony, appreciate you tuning in here with us, and we will see you in our next video.